Hello everybody, it's most certainly been a while since I've done one of these videos. I've been incredibly busy with other projects that I haven't really thought are important enough to be filmed, I suppose, or just would take too many steps to do so. And those projects aren't really anything that relates to lighting, computers, or any of that kind of stuff. In fact, it deals with my deck outside. I have done a lot of work on it to get it rejuvenated, I guess you could say, or restore it to a much better state than it was originally. And I'll show parts of that here, of course, when it's done and things like that. But there's been a lot of steps along the way. So I haven't really filmed any of that over all the past weekends that I've had working on the project. But I have acquired a lot of interesting things over the different weeks, and I do want to share that with all of you. And of course, whatever else we get into in this video. So let's go ahead and see where we end up. A little unboxing here of something that I've been wanting for quite a long time, but never really got around to picking up. I already opened the box lid, as you can see, just because the top there has the address and everything on it. But let's go ahead and see what's inside. So, just some bubble wrap here, obviously for protection. Okay, is there anything else in there? No. Set the box aside. Let's see what we got here. Okay, the cable, obviously we need to power something. Some instructions. And there's the back of it. What could it be? Oh, how cool is that? It's a Nixie tube clock. I've always wanted one of these, but never got around to actually getting one. So this is pretty cool. Just got to set it up and try it out. We'll take a quick look around the clock. Inside we can see it has white circuit boards. You could choose some different colors, and in fact you can see the maker there. Night Sun UA is the maker of this light. I got this on Etsy. It came all the way from Ukraine, so this is a wonderful clock all the way from Ukraine, and this is a great way to help support the people of Ukraine with everything that is going on over there. So this is pretty cool that the person who made this was able to source their materials still and still create products and support themselves and their country. That's pretty cool. So once again, here's the front. You can see the 4 different Nixie tubes in there. Of course, these are a little different than the ones that you may have seen with the little kind of tip on the top. These just view a different direction, but they're the same type of thing inside, just a little smaller and more compact. The body is a light type of wood. I'm not entirely sure what kind it is, but it is incredibly light. And it looks like it was laser etched to be able to curl it like this and also cut the pieces. Inside here, I do believe, is a little button cell battery for keeping the time if the power goes out. Of course, it receives power through the USB port here. Just a standard 5-volt phone charger will provide all the power you need to power this little clock. And there in the bottom, you can see how it fits together like a puzzle. Of course, we got to turn it on. Okay, we have a USB power adapter here. And we'll go ahead and try to plug it in. Here we go. 6:34. Say, I wonder if that's what the time it is right now. Sure enough, what a nice little treat. The time is set correctly right out of the box. Hey, that's real cool. Okay, so we get to see the Nixie tubes here. That's awesome. And of course there's a blue LED behind them, kind of just lights it up. Now I do believe there's different functions. You can choose to have different lights on to do different things, all kinds of stuff. That is cool to see. Now it flickers on camera, the tubes themselves, but in person, I'm not seeing any of that. How cool is that? That's awesome. Stopped at the Restore yesterday and picked up this wraparound light. It was on sale for 50% off, so I believe about $4.50. So it is a Lithonia lighting, dual F20 T12 rapid start fluorescent light. There you can see a picture of it. And here's the packaging. And that's really about it that's on there. There's nothing on the other side, just this handle with care. It must be their Home View line of fluorescent products, according to the name there. But here's the light. I took it out yesterday just to make sure it was in there, and I couldn't get it back in the box all the way. So that's why it's sticking out a little bit. But we have the shade here. It's not cracked or anything, thankfully. Everything is underneath here as well. There's our ballast and advance. Very nice. And the sticker there. Looks like we got some product registration stuff or something like that. Instructions. How to put the fixture together. It looks like if it has wooden end plates, to show you how to put that on, but there's not even little holes for that, so I'm not sure how that would work. How to take the shade on and off. And if you have any questions, call this helpline. I wonder if that still exists. Lithonia lighting is still around, so it very well could. But that's it. Yeah, brand new rapid start 2-foot fluorescent fixture. Of course, it'll have to find a home out here with about a whole bunch of other ones. The other things I picked up at the Value Village were some computer power supplies. I have no idea if they're good or not, but I needed one for a project. So here's an Allied. It's 250 watt. They had a whole bunch of these. The maximum wattage was 250, and the lowest was like 80. So I don't know who had all these, but they were all like older. There's no dust on the fan, so I don't know if this one's new and it was just never used. That's one of the reasons I picked it up. They were all $5 a piece. I thought I'd give them a try. You may remember back to that Windows 2000 machine, if I ever put that video up, that I didn't have a power supply for it, so I had to use one of my friend's power supplies just to get it up and going. So this is perfect. This should work fine for that, but it's not dusty or anything, so I'm guessing it's newer. Or, you know, unused, I guess you could say. This is yet another. This one is older, though. This one is actually, like for the 486 style. AT or whatever, because it has these two plugs here for the motherboard. And this is perfect because I needed one of these for that other AT style computer. It had a bad power supply that just wouldn't work. And it has a little switch here. I don't necessarily need the switch itself, but it's here. So this is great. Again, $5. It seems to be in decent condition. Not sure the wattage of it, but it was the only one that had the plugs on it. So I went ahead and picked it up. I don't know, I don't really see any wattage specifications there on quick glance. Maybe that wasn't really a thing yet. And I believe there's one more, because I picked up two of these 250 watt ones, because I wasn't sure if this newer one just was new because it's new, or new because it just never worked. This one I picked up because I thought the brand was funny. Deer Computer Company. That's interesting. No idea if it's a good brand or not, but I thought we'd give it a try. Just like the other one, it's 250 watts. So if One of them doesn't work in that Windows 2000 computer. I'm sure the other one will. This one does have some dust in it, so definitely was used at some point. So yeah, just some computer power supplies for those older machines. There's most certainly a lot of different things here to talk about, and I'm not even sure where to start. So there's a lampy here. In fact, there's this wraparound fixture. I don't know if I even showed that. I got it brand new. It's now up on the ceiling. This lampy fixture here I picked up at the Restore for $4. It's all original. It has the original lamp in it still. T8, even though it can accommodate a T12. Love these lampies. Always pick them up when I find them. Here we have an absolutely giant belt sander. This is for the deck outside. So this, I tried it out when it came in this past week. It works really well for the purpose of outside there. So a big thank you to my parents for picking this out and getting it for me and helping with the project out there. So again, a big thank you to them for this item. It works really well. I'm hoping to do more of that today. Here are some Kodak darkroom lights. They have 15-watt incandescent bulbs in them. They're adapters, as you can see. You put them in and you use that as a darkroom light for developing your photos. There's 3 of them. These 2 still have the lenses on it, and one of them does not. I actually put it up here and use it as just like a floodlight with the PL adapter inside. It's kind of interesting. Nice finish, so I thought I'd use it somewhere. So those are pretty cool. Those were, I already took the tag off. I think they were $6 a piece, but a very neat piece of history. Over here, I got all kinds of stuff. I'll go back as far and just kind of work forward. I picked up this drawer thing with a whole bunch of little drawers in it. I can always use that to sort things. They are wonderful. Let's see, what would be a little newer? This circle line adapter here I picked up at the Second Use Building Place for $2. Wonderful, I love these things. I also picked up this clip light here. A little expensive, it was $20, but I really liked the red shade it has on it. I'm not sure if it's originally red or if someone painted it. It looks older. Has a nice old Sylvania 40-watt bulb in it. I like those older lights. It looks like it may have had its socket replaced. That doesn't look as old as everything else. So whatever to that. Next thing would be these here. These are pretty cool. These are Lumiline fixtures, the incandescent fluorescent. They look like a fluorescent tube, but they're incandescent. There's a filament that runs through them. They're very hard to find nowadays, and I looked it up online. Boy, are the bulbs for these way expensive. So I picked up these 2 fixtures for $25 as a pair. This is a 60-watt version. This is a 40-watt version. As you can see here, I already broke one of these bulbs because half of them that I ever touch break because they're just the best thing in the universe. But I wanted to keep this as an example for when I do the video of how they're constructed. This was the 40-watt one here that broke. These sockets pull up, and then you pop them off of the end of the bulb, and when I was holding it at the end here and pulling it off the end of the bulb, it decided to break there instead, because that is just wonderful. But what also came with it were these bulbs here. So I was like, at first, well, I don't really have a use for these for $25, and finding the bulbs for them is a absolute pain. They did both have bulbs in them. I've taken them out, as you can see. That one broke. This one is still good. I packaged it away. But I noticed on the fine print it said that there was bulbs that came with it. Works with Kenrad bulbs. So I was like, okay, let's get them and see what we end up with. And sure enough, I went over to customer service and they gave me this box of bulbs here. This is the broken one. But we have 4 brand new Sylvania 40 watts and 3 Kenrad lamps. 2 of them are brand new 60, and one of them is the one that came in the fixture. Interestingly enough, the one that came in the fixture is clear. I can't say I've seen a clear Lumiline before, so that's pretty neat. These are all frosted, but that one's clear. Thankfully, that one the end didn't break off of, but this one has a much different way of putting the bulb in. As you can see, it doesn't have kind of a clip going on like this design here. In fact, this is spring-loaded here on the end, and you just put your bulb in, it spring loads it back on. I'm guessing the shades are optional. The fixtures I usually see with these don't have shades on them. They're just kind of like vanity lights, but these have shades like you're going to use them to light up a picture or something. But I think these are going to clean up really nice and will make a really nice lighting setup for such a vintage, unique product. The Incandescent Fluorescent. Here's a little peek at what the bulbs look like. Yeah, they're like a T8 fluorescent, but incandescent. Very cool. Okay. Picked this bulb up, I don't even remember where. 50 cents. Obviously for the Electropack globe fixture. It's always great to have another one of those bulbs on hand. Here's a little baggie of sockets for fluorescents. I got this for $2. In fact, I think it was $1.50 actually for the entire bag. It's always useful for all the fluorescent fixtures I have around here. This was at the Restore. It's one of these real cheap HD video converters. I have one of these. It works well with the Wii, so I thought, hey, for $2, that's not bad. I'll see if it even works. Maybe it doesn't, and that's why it ended up at the Restore. And here we have some of these sockets. These came with this, actually. That's what I was thinking of. Where did I get these? These came with it. We got some different end pieces here and a plug for these fixtures. It all came as a kit, so that's nice. And I picked up this pull chain switch this past week for $1. I always need these. In fact, I need to go and get more of them. And here's a little clip light. Picked it up for $1 with a nice ceramic socket. Always useful. So yeah, those are the finds there. I believe I have some others. Let me find them. Here's another item that was found the past couple weeks. These Phillips Directctor bulbs. I have a video of one of these on the channel. It's a 100-watt version. I remember seeing this packaging a lot back in the day. Never picked them up because they were quite expensive for what they were. They're essentially a not-so-good floodlight bulb because light would come out of the sides here. So I could see it being used in like a traditional light fixture, so you still get light out to the sides, but a little bit more is pointed down than just all of it down. But they show it here in like a spot or floodlight fixture. Wouldn't you want a spot or floodlight bulb in there so you're not wasting light here in the back? Whatever. Very unique design and their idea that they have going on here. Now here they show, oh, look, it directs it down. But if these are anything like what I think they are, some light still leaks out the back like a traditional light bulb. I don't think this blocks out all of the light. I do believe light still comes out there. But a very interesting product, and it's wonderful to have the box with it. Okay, the other thing here is this Cooper lighting fixture for $5. Whenever I see brand new older fluorescent strip lights, I pick them up because they are getting very hard to locate. And I've been on the hunt for a F40 T12 fluorescent fixture with a magnetic ballast. I've looked, and sure enough, Home Depot still sells an F40 T12 dual lamp fluorescent fixture, but it uses a really cruddy Keystone electronic ballast. I don't know why you'd pay $30 for that, other than it is a nice metal fixture. But you'd have to change out that ballast for something a little more reliable. So this here is a single amp 3-foot fluorescent strip. For whatever reason, these things seem to find me the most often. They're what I have up in the workout area over here. So here's a electronically ballasted one. I thought it would be magnetic. It's older in design, but it does have an electronic ballast in it. That's not a problem. The light that I use up here, this thing has an electronic ballast in it, and I never change it out because why? It works well. It serves its job and its purpose. So that's pretty cool. Now, where did I put? Oh, they're over here. Look at all these spindle things that I've been working on. Goodness. Okay, talking about F40 T12 fluorescent fixtures, I found what I was looking for. These are $8 a piece. They're dual lamp F40 T12 rapid start, high power factor fluorescent fixtures. The exact same thing that would have been sold at Home Depot back in the day. As you can see here, both of them have the same sticker on the end, so they originally came from the Home Depot. And yeah, they're complete in box here with rapid start ballasts with a weird name I've never heard of before, but they're most definitely rapid start. They're heavy. They got the quality that I'm looking for. I was looking for just one, but they had both. I'm picking up both. I'm not going to just pick up one. They're getting so hard to find, these rapid start things. Everything's going LED. It's getting just so disappointingly hard to find certain things. Anyway, yes, these are awesome. What am I going to do with them? Why did I want them so badly? Well, it's not like I don't have enough lights on the ceiling, but I have black light F40 T12 fluorescent bulbs, and I really want to put them up somewhere and enjoy the black lights, color that it puts off. I originally was thinking I could put them here, in these two fixtures, but they are kind of a little exposed, hanging down so low, and I don't want to break those bulbs. I have plenty of F40 T12 bulbs, but only 7 blacklight ones on hand at the moment. So I wanted a different fixture. Well, I thought, okay, I probably won't find anything. I can convert this thing into rapid start and put it in here. That's not a bad idea, but then you gotta find a ballast. So I've been on the hunt for that too. Can't find one. So I thought, well, okay, we can get a different light, put it here and use one of these. Well, I like this. That works well. It's got a shade on it to push more of the light down than otherwise. So I just kept hunting. I'm like, eventually I'll find something. Thank goodness those two fixtures came up because they're exactly what I'm looking for. It doesn't matter to me if they were single or dual lamp or whatever. The two qualifying factors were rapid start and F40 T12. That's it. So I think one of them's gonna go about right here, and the other one's gonna go over here somewhere. I haven't quite decided exactly where yet over here, but somewhere, the two spots that I had in mind was either right here, but then if the door is up, you wouldn't be able to enjoy the blacklight because it'd be blocked. So if I put it here, that might be a better option, but I don't know if there's enough clearance. So we'll see. Anyway, that's a black light too. I gotta do a video of that. But yeah, there's the fluorescent fixtures. I picked up this switch, obviously. We can put it on one of them. I gotta get another for the other one. But I got a whole bunch of stuff around here too that needs cleaned up. So I need to do that as well. So we'll see what we get into next. Here's the inside of the Lithonia Lighting F40 T12 fluorescent fixture. Interesting ballast, Lumicon. Never heard of them before, but it does say it's high power factor. It also says that it can do the 25-watt versions of the lamps. Interesting. I'm not sure how well that would work on here. I don't have any on hand. I do have the 34-watt energy saver versions, but this is going to be used with the 40-watt blacklight tubes, of course. But yeah, that's the ballast. It's about pretty much all that's in here. It does come with a little attachment piece you put in the cover to twist lock it into place. I do like that better than the American fluorescent version where it crimps onto the side. It uses friction to just hold it there. The other thing that I like is, look, the end caps actually have a little knockout for a pull chain switch. I don't have to drill a hole for it. That's nice. Of course, being able to work on this fixture, I finally cleaned off the workbench here enough to do so. I hung up some more of these little bin items I found at the thrift store. They're all a little different, but you know what? These little drawers are very handy, so I'll take it. Of course, wire this up, obviously. There we go, an F40 T12 fluorescent blacklight. Now to install it. It's all installed right here toward the center of this side of the garage, and as you can see, it's working. I have other lights on too, so it's not doing that good of a job, but anyway, perfect location, works great. A little bit of ballast hum, nothing wrong with that. As you can tell, I put some zip ties on here. They're very lightly tightened. They're not super tight. They're just kind of sitting there just in case the bulbs fall out or something. These are heavier bulbs than normal with the thick woods glass on the tubes, and we have had one fall down and hit the hood of my mom's car and bust everywhere and put a big dent in it. So gonna be safe about it and put these zip ties around it. Again, they're not super tight. As you can see, they are loose, but they'll just be extra protection because why not? As always, I do hope you enjoy these vlog type things, and also please comment, rate, share, and subscribe, and thank you very much for watching.